Hi students, here the next topic is a dipole moment. Or here, suppose what is a polar covalent bond? We said two types of covalent bond is there. If it is H and H, there is a covalent bond between two hydrogen atoms. Then, because of no electronegativity difference between these two atoms, here this bond pair electrons are in the middle. Means here the distance between these two atoms is equal for this bond pair of electrons, and this is called as non-polar covalent bond. Suppose if there is a H and Cl or HF, here this bond pair of electrons are not in the middle of two atoms. Why? Because is hydrogen is 2.1 electronegative, chlorine is 3.16 nearly, and so because of high electronegativity, chlorine is attracting this bond pair electrons towards itself. So the electrons are more towards chlorine atom and not towards hydrogen atom. So here these electrons are near to the chlorine and not to the hydrogen. Because of this, the electron pair is towards chlorine. So chlorine gets partial negative charge, hydrogen gets partial positive charge, and this type of covalent bond is called as a polar covalent bond. Polar covalent bond. Why this is called as polar means this pair of electrons are not equally distributed. Here this is near to the chlorine atom. So this chlorine is getting negative charge and this is getting positive charge. And so this is called as a polar bond. Getting positive negative charge is called as a polarity. And here this positive negative formation is called as a dipole formation. This is called as a dipole. Di means two, poles means positive negative poles. And here this dipole movement, how we can say means it is indicated by an arrow which is pointing towards a more electronegative atom and having a positive charge or cross, like we can say this is a cross symbol or plus symbol which is towards a partially positive charged atom. And here what is the dipole moment means it is mainly observed in the polar covalent bond containing compounds. Dipole moment is meant for polar covalent compounds, not for the non-polar compounds. Or we can say non-polar compounds dipole moment is zero. Okay, here what is the dipole moment or dipole moment is indicated with the letter mu, and here mu is equal to delta into D or delta into L. Here what is delta? Here delta means it is the magnitude. It is the magnitude of charge. Magnitude of charge means positive charge or either negative charge. Any one is taken into D means we can simply say this as bond length or bond distance, or we can say internuclear distance. In sometimes in problems they will give bond distance or internuclear distance between two atoms. Okay, so magnitude of charge and bond length, the product of dipole moment is defined as the product of magnitude of charge on any one of the dipole and bond length. It is the dipole moment, and the dipole moment units here, dipole moment units are dBi. The units of dipole moment are dBi. 1 dBi is equal to, here capital D, 1 dBi is equal to 3.3 into 10 power minus 30 coulombs into meter. Okay, that is coulombs into meter. C means coulombs, M means meters. Or one into 10 power minus 18 ESU into centimeters. So here C means coulombs. So you please remember into meters. Coulomb into meters. Here ESU means electrostatic units. That is to measure the charge, we can calculate in the electrostatic units or in coulombs. In SI system it is coulombs. In MK system, in CJ system it is ESU. Okay, and this is centimeters. ESU into centimeters. This is for the dipole moment. To calculate, what is the formula means? Mu is equal to delta into D. And here, for a normal single covalent bond containing polar molecules, dipole moment is calculated directly by using this one. But suppose if a molecule is having two bonds, this is A, B, and this is C. If this molecule is present, how we can calculate the dipole moment? Means we can say simply dipole moment in a polyatomic molecule. AB2 or ABC or AB4, AB5, like different atoms are present, then in polyatomic molecules, dipole moment, how we can calculate? Then for each bond there is a dipole moment, means here suppose this is more electronegative. For example, this is considered as more electronegative and this is considered as more electronegative atom, then this is less electronegative, then the dipole moment of this bond is indicated like this and the dipole moment of this bond is indicated like this, and this is called as a bond dipole. For a polyatomic molecule, each bond contains a dipole moment which is called as bond dipole. That is called as bond dipole. And this bond dipole is taken and the angle between these two bonds is considered as theta. Therefore, resultant dipole moment for this polyatomic molecule is equal to root of mu1 square. Here, what is mu1 means? This is mu1 for example, and this is mu2. Mu1 square plus mu2 square plus 2 into mu1 mu2 cos theta. What is theta? Here theta means bond angle. It is the angle between two bonds and central atom, that is cos theta. That is called as resultant dipole moment. This is to calculate the dipole moment in a polyatomic molecule. So in a diatomic molecule only one bond is present. Then that bond dipole moment we can calculate by using this formula. Okay, so mu is equal to delta into D. For polyatomic molecule, how we can calculate means the resultant dipole moment we are calculating, and in a polyatomic molecule each bond has a dipole. Each bond has a dipole moment, that is called as bond dipole, and that bond dipoles are calculated and the bond angle is measured. From that we can calculate the resultant dipole moment. Next point, applications of dipole moment. This is important one. Applications of dipole moment. So in the examination point of view, they are asking this applications of dipole moment. And one more important thing, remember, dipole moment is a vector quantity. Vector quantity means it has both magnitude and direction. In one particular direction it has one value, in the opposite direction it has the opposite sign value. Okay, suppose in this direction it is plus, suppose if it is in this direction opposite. So when both are in opposite and equal, then they will be cancelled equally. And suppose if the central atom is taken and to this bonded atom if we are writing, if it is more electronegative, then how we can indicate? This is by pointing arrow towards more electronegative atom. And on the central atom if there is a pair of electrons, then also we can indicate the dipole moment. This is called as orbital dipole. Please remember this. It is called as orbital dipole, and orbital dipole means it is the dipole moment of a lone pair of electrons present on the central atom, and that is always indicated from central atom to lone pair. And simply remember, lone pair dipole moment is always greater than bond pair dipole moment. Lone pair electrons dipole moment is greater than bond pair electrons dipole moment. Okay, so those points also you please remember, and then we will go for the applications. And in this first one, to predict molecular to predict molecular symmetry we can use the dipole moment. How we can use the dipole moment? Generally remember, first point I am telling, for regular geometry dipole moment is equal to 0. A molecule having a regular geometry, their dipole moment is equal to 0. Means for sp hybridization, if its geometry is linear, please remember, then the dipole moment value is equal to 0. For example, beryllium chloride. We can write beryllium chloride like this, and in this chlorine is more electronegative than beryllium. So I'm writing here the dipole moment is in this direction, and for this bond dipole moment is in opposite direction. So these are cancel each other and become 0. And for sp2 hybridization, trigonal planar shape, when it is having a trigonal planar shape, then the dipole moment is equal to 0. Example BF3. Here this is B, F and F, and here the dipole moment for this bond and for this bond and for this bond. So the dipole moment of this one is cancelled by the resultant dipole moment of these two bonds. Okay, so this is cancelled, finally you will get 0. Okay, and next for sp3 hybridization, if it is tetrahedral, the geometry is tetrahedral, then the dipole moment of the molecule is 0. Okay, here for example CH4 molecule or CCl4 molecule, the dipole moment is 0. Similarly for sp3d hybridization, trigonal bipyramidal shape, geometry is trigonal bipyramidal shape, then the dipole moment is 0. Example for this is PCl5. Similarly, sp3d2 hybridization, octahedral geometry if present, then the dipole moment is 0. Example is SF6. And sp3d3, pentagonal bipyramidal, then the dipole moment is 0. Example is IF7. Okay, and generally unsymmetrical geometry containing have dipole moment. I will give. So first, please remember this. Okay, here sp3d3 means it is a sp3d3. This is equal to pentagonal bipyramidal, and their dipole moment is equal to 0. Example for this is IF7 molecule. First one we said explained examples also. For regular geometry, dipole moment is 0. Second point is for irregular geometry or unsymmetrical geometry, then their dipole moment is not equal to 0. How we can say, here if it is sp2 hybridization and here this is not having a trigonal bipyramidal shape, it is having bent shape or angular shape. Then it is not having dipole moment equal to 0. Okay, example for this is SnCl2. Here it has a dipole moment because it contains a lone pair on it. Okay, and next for sp3 hybridization, here if there is having a pyramidal shape, or if it is having a angular shape or bent shape, we wrote no bent or angular shape, then also their dipole moment is not equal to 0. For pyramidal shape, example is NH3. Okay, and for angular shape or bent shape, example is H2O. Here H2O molecule has two lone pairs on it and two bond pairs it has. And next, for sp3 dehybridization, the irregular or unsymmetrical geometry is seesaw shape. Seesaw shape, and this seesaw shape if contained, then also their dipole moment is not equal to 0. Example is SF4. And T shape, if they have T shape, then also their dipole moment is not equal to 0. And that for one example is ClF3, it has one lone pair and this has two lone pairs on chlorine. Okay, and for sp3 d2 hybridization, if it is having square pyramidal shape, then the dipole moment is not equal to 0. Dipole moment is not equal to 0. Here example for this is XeOF4. That xenon is having one lone pair on it. So generally we can feel like if there is a lone pairs, one or more lone pairs, then they have dipole moment, or their dipole moment is not equal to 0. And there is a little bit exception for this concept. Exception means always we can't say lone pair containing or having dipole moment. In this one exception I am giving, one is sp3 dehybridization linear molecular shape containing, that is a zero dipole moment. The example for this is XeF2 molecule. Even though it contains three lone pairs, xenon XeF2, how we can write means this one and this one. So here three lone pairs are present even though their dipole moment is 0. Similarly, sp3d2 hybridization, here it is having square planar shape, and here the dipole moment is not equal to 0. And here example for this is XeF4. XeF4 molecule, it has two lone pairs. XeF4 molecule, we can write like this. This is the XeF4 molecule. This is a two lone pairs present, and these are present in one plane. Okay, so these two examples, even though they contains lone pair, but their dipole moment is equal to 0. And pentagonal pyramidal shape also, that is a rare case. Okay, these two are very important. Even though they contains irregular geometry, not as usual as hybridization geometry, but they are having zero dipole moment. Okay.